Okay, part C could be a little confusing. Just take your time and read it carefully. Write an equation for the line tangent to the graph of G inverse at x equals -2. Okay, so we don't have any information about G inverse, but we know G inverse of -2 has to equal something, and that means over here when we're dealing with regular G, we got to flip those x and y's. So the x here becomes the y over there. So we want what value of G of x is G equal to -2. So up here, G is equal to -2 when x is 3. So we're going to put our 3 here. Oops, I was off the page. Sorry about that. Out the screen. I'll just cover up parts of it. And then that means that G inverse of -2 is equal to 3 because of the flip of the x and the y. So then we know that G prime of 3 is going to equal G prime of 3 is equal to -4. So that's the slope at 3 of G. That means the slope of the inverse at -2 is going to be equal to -1/4. Okay, so now we have our slope. We are looking for the equation of the line tangent to the graph at -2 of the inverse. All right, so here's our slope, here's our x, and here is our y. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the equation of the line, the point slope form. Now, the ones are like, we're going to leave those as x and y. So in fact, I'm just going to take those right off like that. And then these are going to be the 2 points we plug in up here, the 3 and the -2. All right, so y is 3. Or y2 is 3, I should say. And then our slope is -1/4, which we solve for up here. And then x2 is the -2 minus x. Okay, so all we would need to do at this point is just solve for y. We don't need to try and distribute this through. You could if you want to, and you could really isolate it. But if we just subtract the 3 and then negate everything, I guess what I'll do is this. I'll do it in 2 steps. -1/4. -2 minus x. Okay, be careful. It's not negating everything. It's only negating the terms themselves. So this is just going to be 1/4. These are going to stay negative on the inside. All right, so I didn't really simplify it. Oh, that's plus. I left it like that. That is correct answer. If you wanted to try and multiply that through, you could do that. And then so it does end up, if you really want to see it, as -1/4 x plus 2.5, just because of the way it distributes and all that. Okay.